You pay your car insurance every month. You assume that money sits in a vault somewhere, waiting for the day you crash. It doesn't. Long before you ever file a claim, your premium is out in the world, invested, earning money for someone else. You handed them a loan. You just didn't know you were the lender. And you're not charging interest. Here's how insurance looks from the outside. You pay premiums. The company takes that money. When something bad happens, a fender bender, a fire, a flood, they pay your claim. So you assume the business is simple: collect premiums, pay out claims, and if they collect a little more than they pay, that's the profit. Underwriting. The whole game looks like a careful bet on how often bad things happen, and yes, that part is real. But it is not where the deep money is. Because between the moment you pay and the moment they pay you back, something happens to all that cash. And that something is the actual business. Here's where the money really comes from. It's the gap, the delay. You pay your premium today. The claim, if it ever comes, gets paid months or years from now. In between, the insurer is sitting on a giant pile of your money that it doesn't technically own yet. It belongs to future claims. But until those claims come due, the company gets to invest every dollar of it, and it keeps the gains. That pile has a name: float. Warren Buffett built Berkshire Hathaway on it, and he spent decades explaining it to shareholders. His insight was simple and ruthless. If you can collect premiums, invest them, and roughly break even on the actual insurance, then the money you're holding is a loan that costs you nothing, sometimes less than nothing. Berkshire's float grew from millions into the tens of billions, and then well past $100 billion of other people's money to invest. That float is the engine. The insurance is just the machine that generates it. And here's the detail that makes it beautiful. If you're the insurer, the longer it takes for claims to come due, the better. Car insurance pays out fast. But some insurance, the kind that covers injuries or long legal cases, can take years, even decades, before the money goes out the door. That's called long-tail insurance, and insurers prize it, because the longer they hold your money, the longer it compounds for them. The delay isn't a problem to manage. The delay is the product. So why is float so powerful? Because it's leverage you don't have to borrow. Normally, if a company wants $100 billion to invest, it borrows it and pays interest. Float flips that. The policyholders fund you, and they don't charge interest. In a good year, with disciplined underwriting, they effectively pay you to hold their money. That is the closest thing in finance to a free loan that grows. And here's the trick that should change how you see your whole life. Insurance is not the only business built on float. Look at Starbucks. You load money onto the app before you buy a single coffee. For the time that balance sits there, Starbucks is holding your cash and owes you nothing but a future latte. Multiply that by millions of customers and Starbucks is holding a small fortune in prepaid money. People joke that Starbucks is a bank that happens to sell coffee. Gift cards do it too. You pay today, you redeem someday, and the issuer holds your money in between. And the purest version of all, an actual bank. You deposit your money, the bank lends it out and invests it, and pays you almost nothing to hold it. The spread between what they earn and what they pay you, that's the whole business of banking. Every one of these is the same move. Collect now. Pay later. Invest the gap. But now for the honest part, because float is not magic, and Buffett is the first to say so. Float is only free if you manage the promises well. If an insurer underprices its policies, or a hurricane triggers a wave of claims all at once, that float can suddenly cost more than it earns. The free loan turns into an expensive one. Buffett's whole point is that the discipline, not collecting more cash, is what makes float pay. Anyone can take your money up front. The trick is taking it on terms where you rarely lose on the round trip, and meanwhile you've had years to invest it. Do that, and you've built a money machine that runs on patience. So here's what you'll never unsee. Whenever a business takes your money before it gives you the thing, ask where that money goes while it waits. The insurer invests your premium. Starbucks invests your prepaid latte. The bank invests your paycheck. The gift card issuer invests your gift. They're all running the same quiet trick, living on the gap between when you pay and when they deliver. It's not a scam, it's time. But timing, at scale, is one of the most powerful money machines ever built, and Buffett turned it into one of the richest companies on earth. So the next time you prepay for anything, remember, you didn't just buy something. You made an interest-free loan, and somebody is earning on it right now. And if money you hand over early is this valuable, Wait until you see what happens to the money you hand over and never come back for it all.